quarterback, they're really 1A and 1B, 1-2, however you want it. Now the defense is going to do this. He's dropping down. He's coming to the middle of the field. Now what happens is these guys split a little bit. So when they split, you really sit there and go, okay, I'm going to take this completion right here. Now play it. Okay, when that happens, the quarterback's feet, now freeze it. One hitch goes there. See, he goes one hitch to here. He feels him low. That means I have to get to a second hitch and throw this guy behind. Play it. Second hit, ball out right there. That's perfect, okay? So that's exactly how you want to see it happen. A lot of the other completions last night, first guy open. That's the one where you're reading it in the moment. I don't care if it's the preseason or not. That looks the right way.
Right. Agreed. That throw is hard for a quarterback to get it up and down, and there's a lot of veteran quarterbacks today that will still struggle with that being an accurate throw.
Totally.
You were making the point, Shefty, earlier, for those who are just joining us, getting set for first take, whatever the case may be, that the Bears and Ben Johnson may have purposely overloaded Caleb Williams a little bit in this camp.
I think Ben Johnson wanted to get an idea this summer of what Caleb Williams could and couldn't learn, how much he could process, how fast he could do it. And so they threw everything at him. It's like trying to learn a new language and immersing yourself in it and then seeing what you actually learn after you visit a foreign country. And now that he's basically through the training camp part of that, they have an idea of what he can and can't handle. And you heard both the head coach and the quarterback mention that a light went off the last 5 days, that he seemed to pick up things more and more often at that point in time. And so it was a situation where they felt like the light has begun to click on for him.
Your ability to see who it was that was calling you on that phone at that moment and not lose track of your thought whatsoever. I see who it is. Okay, never mind. Your secret is safe with me. The point that I'm making is he's literally taking a phone call and not breaking stride mentally for 1 second as he makes his point.
One other really important point Hembo reminded us, which is last year, league-leading 68 sacks. They only scored on 15% of their drives, Greeny, when their drive included a sack. The avoidance of a negative play will be as important as anything else.
We're not going to overreact, but it happened.
Right.
And so we have to diagnose what happened. Last year, with him as their quarterback, it was the most off-schedule offense in the NFL. That's not good. Last night, it was consistently on schedule because of his play. So our job is to talk about that and talk about how and why it happened. Will it happen next week or throughout the season? We're going to find out. I said it this morning already. Number one was open a lot last night. He did his job, okay? The next step will be when number one's not open, what does it look like? Will he still listen to his feet? When 1 and 2 aren't open, will you still listen to your feet and still remain as efficient and as fast and as execution-centric?
Bear in mind, his first game, 3 weeks from tonight, Monday night against the Vikings against a Brian Flores.
It's going to look very
defense.
different.
Yeah, Brian Flores is like legendary for confusing quarterbacks. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, running out of time. Little League World Series rolls on today. Venezuela and Japan start us off 1 Eastern on ESPN and Plus, followed by South Carolina versus Nevada. Then it's Chinese Taipei and Aruba.
Yeah, but what game really matters, Greeny?
And then we cap the night with Connecticut.
Come on, Connecticut!
Taking on South Dakota. All right, first take around the corner.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to the First Take. Amina Smith in for Molly. We got Adam Schefter, Dan Orlovsky, and of course, we got Stephen A. Smith here as well. Plenty to talk about today around the NFL as the preseason kind of winds down. Stephen A., how we doing out there?
How you doing? How's everything going?
Everything is going good. I'm fine. I got my guys here.
Welcome to the show. Congratulations, your first time hosting the show. Really, really appreciate it. Way to go. I'm expecting big things. I see big things on Sports Center, but damn it, this is First Take. I expect the level to be the same, if not better.
Hold on, before we go anywhere, Stephen A. America wants to know.
Is that a tooth?
What the hell just came out of your mouth?
A mint?
It was one of my protein. It was one of my protein tablets.
Oh, he's having breakfast.
I had it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's
Wait,
what it is. I got it right here.
tablet?
It's not my tooth. I can assure you that I have my tooth.
I thought it was a golden tooth or something that popped out.
No. I don't know. That's listen. At the rate Dan Orlovsky is going, he's probably gonna be the one rocking a gold tooth in a little bit. I'm just.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, why do you
I'm
have
just
to?
saying.
I was just gonna say, honestly, That suit looks awesome. That suit looks fantastic. But then
you know what I want to say about that? You know what I want to say about that, Dan? Somebody that I know that we'll get into later eclipsed the 40-year mark plateau without telling us, had us walking around here thinking he's less than 30, less than 40, when in fact he's well over 40. We'll get into that later. But speaking on behalf of the 50-plus-year-olds out here, 50 is the new 30, baby.
Oh, 50 is the new 30. Look, I'm in my 30s, so I guess 30 is the new 20. And I guess we're all going back. All right.
Ain't nobody on this set looking better than you, Amita. You ain't got to worry about that. None of us got to pray on that.
You know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to the NFL, where the Browns QB room continues to be a hot topic. The third-round pick, Dillon Gabriel, got to start in preseason game number 2 against the Eagles over the weekend and experienced his own ups and downs. Shedeur Sanders was sidelined with an oblique injury, while Joe Flacco didn't suit up as the Browns appear to be resting their vet. We've gotten a peek so far at both rookie QBs for the Browns this preseason. In week 1, Shedeur Sanders passed for 138 yards against the Panthers for 2 touchdowns, whereas Dillon Gabriel passed for 143 yards with an interception against the Eagles in week 2. Stephen A., I want to come to you first. When you take a look at both of these QBs, who had the most impressive start so far in the preseason?
Well, to me, it was Shedeur. I didn't see any interceptions when he was out there. I didn't see anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Dillon Gabriel did a bad job. I was impressed with the brother. But I'm going to go with Shedeur. The pressure was on him. The spotlight was on him. He showed up out on the field. He played better than expected, reminded everybody who he is and what he brings to the table. I liked it. But that's not to throw any shade on Dillon Gabriel. He came out there, had a couple of mishaps, what have you. But ultimately, he played well, and I give him credit where credit is due. But watching Shedeur move the offense or whatever, I thought that his performance was slightly better than Dillon Gabriel. That's just me, guys.
Yeah, I thought Gabriel's tape was better. Shedeur's was really good last week. We talked about it, very impressive. But I thought Gabriel's tape was better. And I think if you ask me, the reason why would be just through some, elite ball placement throws versus really, really tight coverage. There wasn't a ton given to him. And so, the efficiency with how he moved, the decision-making, some of the ball placement, and how tight some of the hip-to-hip coverage was, I just was very impressed. The under-center play-action passing stuff was big time. Some of the stuff that he didn't do in college, he did at the NFL, the manipulation of the defenses. And so I'd push back on the interception thing. I know the interception got a lot of play over the weekend. At the end of the day, the quarterback is the person who has the ball with the final decision. No question. This interception happens a lot because of the lack of spacing. I think the poor decision by the flat route runner kind of messes with the quarterback. So I really don't put that. He pulls his arms back right as the ball's passing him. So this is a lack of communication, but I don't put this on the quarterback as oh my gosh, I don't. The fumble I'm going to give to you. The fumble I do believe is Dillon Gabriel's. That's a very easy thing to fix with his footwork. But that doesn't make me think that Gabriel played worse
okay.
than
I'm sorry, Adam Schefter. I mean, stop the presses. See, Adam Schefter, there's moments like this, and Amina, welcome to the show again. This is moments like this where I got to remind everybody of who Dan Orlovsky is. And I want to just state I just want to state this before I say anything else. I love you, my brother. You know I do. I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? I can't deny it. I miss you when you're gone. I love you when you're here. You know how I feel about you. Even with that damn 1980s crew cut. The point is I love you to death. But here's the thing. And the Elvis, I get it. But here's the thing. Only Dan Orlovsky will sit up there. Now correct me if I'm wrong, Adam Schefter, the great insider, the ultimate one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Dan Orlovsky just bring up what the man did last year in college? Because, I didn't bring up Shedeur and the 72% completions. I didn't bring up Shedeur and those touchdowns, 30-plus touchdowns. I didn't bring none of that up, okay? But here you are bringing up something when we're talking about him and what he looked like in the NFL in this preseason game. That was a pick six and a fumble. Now, the Dan Orlovsky I know that I have so much love and affection for, I must say. Now, by the way, you know what, still needs to thank me a little bit more for that restaurant I treated him and his family to because it was big time. And stop embarrassing me by going places and trying to use coupons. That's how pathetic he is. The point is that, a pick six and a fumble is usually considered a bad day at the office for a quarterback. But only Dan Orlovsky would sit up here in comparison to Shedeur Sanders, who did no such thing, and say, hey, I thought he looked better. I thought, I got to give him the edge here. I thought it wasn't bad. A pick six and a fumble, and we can get over fumbles. Have you heard anybody say that? I know it's possible, but have you heard anybody say that, Adam Schefter? Have you heard anybody say, we get over fumbles?
First of all, it's Dan Orlovsky's 42nd birthday today, so we'd like you to be
yes,
a little bit of kind, a little kind to him today on his 42nd.
I want you to be meaner.
Birthday. That's number one. Number two, after the game, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said there was a mix-up in the routes and that players were in the areas that they shouldn't have been.
Look at Stephen A's face. Look at Stephen A's face. Look at his face.
Stephen A.,
oh my
get your
Lord.
breakfast
So
energy
that's what we're
tablet
doing
back to
now?
your
Tablet.
Yeah, get your tablet back. Get your protein pill back.
Yep, get it back in there, Stephen A.
You know what? I got it right here. I'm getting ready to put it back in a minute. But here's the deal, y'all. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The coach, I applaud Stefanski for being honest about it. I get that part. I ain't sweating it, y'all. And I'm not trying to act like it wasn't true. But you're the quarterback. You see the damn area is crowded. You see it ain't what, you see it's an issue over there that there's the potential for an interception. You could have thrown the ball away. You could have done that. We would have said that about. And again, Dillon Gabriel, I hope he's watching. I'm not throwing any shade on the brother. The brother can play. I wish him nothing but the best. Even though I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, I'm rooting for both of them to make it in the NFL. Please don't get me wrong. This is just one game. It's preseason. I'm just saying, for the purposes of you two, you, Adam Schefter and Dan Orlovsky, here's the deal. A pick six should not have been thrown, and the fumble, even though it does happen, we certainly don't just shove it aside and act like it was no big deal with anybody else. Now, Dan Orlovsky, I will